And welcome back to another Coupe de la Ligue video. This is round 3, so that means I made it through round number 2. Today I'm narrating after I played again. I do also already know the results, but I'm not gonna tell you yet. This week I will be playing United States of America for the country map, and the region map is the Inca Empire, which is similar to my map in round 1, which was South America. So there's a few less countries, but it's nice to have that like familiarity already. Yeah, let's just get started. All right, here we go. First round. I'm thinking, okay, this looks familiar. I think we're in Hawaii. I'm orientating myself, or I don't know. And I see Honoapilani Highway and Keawe Street. Keawe Street, sorry. And I'm thinking, okay, I can do this. I played Hawaii recently. It was part of the Tuitonga Empire map. So I'm just trying to find a place name at this point because I am already assuming we're on the I don't remember what I was going to say, but I see here Lahaina bypass, and I know that that's a town name. And yep, that's the highway I saw, and there is the street I saw. That's the intersection we were at, and now I just need to find the exact point. I spot the Burger King in the back. I try to see a street name, but there isn't one, but I see the bank, so I know that we are here. And of course, you always try for the 0 meters, lining it up with that building over there. We should be right over here. And I'm 6 meters away. At this point, my opponent had not played yet, but I knew that was going to be the case. Round number 2 is not Hawaii. And I'm thinking, okay, this looks like a tricky pinpoint. I need to try to remember what this looks like. Henderson Avenue, Valleywood Drive. And I go north. And as I go, I'm thinking, okay, this could be like northeast somewhere. And I realize, oh, this direction doesn't look very promising. I think I might be going the other way. So I go southwest. And I'm taking note of the curve in the road and the split driving sides, I guess. And this also doesn't look very promising, but at least there's a way out this time. And I'm thinking, ooh, I don't really have a region guess here. Well, I have a region guess, but not within that region. I need to find something to tell me which state I am in. Andrew Street, I registered that, and then I see a state highway sign, and it's Maryland, the 185. I first zoom into Massachusetts, as you do, and I quickly have a look to see if the 185 stands out, and it doesn't, so I keep going, trying to find that road, and maybe there's a town name nearby or an intersection, and I see Connecticut Avenue, and I registered that. And Fairs Mill is a street name, but that sign for Connecticut Avenue is going to be very important. Because what that does in my brain is it triggers something about DC. Because I know the streets in DC are named after states, right? So at this point, I'm looking close to and also in DC to see if I see the 185 or Connecticut Avenue anywhere. And I put my pin down, but I don't have it yet. Trying to see the road names. With 30 seconds left, I'm still looking, and I see the 185 already, and I see it now in game 2, and there's Connecticut Avenue, and there's Valleywood Drive, and there is Henderson Avenue. And where is that intersection? It's there. And with 10 seconds left, I'm not sure which side I am on, and I click the eastern one, and it was the western one. I had it, and I moved away from it. That's unlucky. I dropped 2 points. But I'm glad that I remembered the thing about streets in DC being named after states, because otherwise I don't know if I would have been looking there. This round, however, I immediately register as Alaska because of the camera quality. And I'm thinking, okay, I can surely do this. I just need a town name, street names, just go look for them. I go north and I see Abbott Road and Diamond Boulevard. Seward Highway, confirmation we're in Alaska. Okay, Seward Highway. That doesn't necessarily mean we are close to Seward. So I keep going southbound. Okay, so I could be in Anchorage is what I'm thinking here, because Seward is over there, but there's so many places in between, but it feels like a big town. So I decide to head on to the highway and see what off-road this is. And I'm blinded by the sun for a second. And these are the road names that I already saw. That just says exit. And I'm thinking, okay, there are streets on the sign. That means we're probably in a big city, because the next exit would have different road names instead of town names. And as I scan the one, I see Abbott Road and Diamond Boulevard. I go back to the start and I see an intersection to the south. Try to find the street name. Yes, Abbott, I knew that. This one doesn't have a street sign, but it does have the KFC. And I see that here. So I know where I am right now. And then I see the car's fuel station, which is where we started. So I have the 5K. Now I'm going for the 0 meters. And it's 4 meters, which is very nice. I think I handled that round quite well. In hindsight, I'm happy with how I did that. Now round 4 is snowy, as you can see. And I'm at Sandgate Road. And there's a sign towards Sandgate to the north. Okay. I'm a little bit confused at this point. Because I just don't know where this could be. I mean, it's mountainous. There's nothing on this van. And I'm trying to see if these cars have anything on it, like maybe a town name or a state or something like that. But they don't, so I keep going. I pass this building. There's a car and I see the license plate, but I don't know the license plates that well, so I don't really look at it. I keep going. There's another plate and it's looking kind of green to me. So I'm thinking, okay, I know Oregon has green on their plates, if I'm not wrong, and Vermont has green plates. Those two states are not close. And suddenly it's looking so green, and I see a Vermont sign. So I'm glad to find that, because that narrows it down a lot. And I start looking for the 313. I don't see it yet. I'm not seeing any really high numbers. Nothing that's 300 or higher. And then I see the 315. Okay. So the 313 might be close. And there it is. Okay, that's good. I have the road. There's a town. I didn't reach that town. I'm gonna line up this road and find a section that would work. That's this, and I see Sandgate Road, which is close to where we started. But that's not exactly where we started. So I figure we're kind of there because it's a driveway and that building that's on the map. Check the angle again, line it up, and I see that there should be buildings behind us, and oh yeah, there are. Okay. I 5K'd this one too. 4 meters again. And I'm thinking, maybe if I went the other way, there would have been a state entrance sign. But we won't find out. And this is round 5. I go north. This is the last round. I've only dropped 2 points up until this point, so that's pretty good. There's a trash can with nothing on it. GFL. I don't know what that means. So I just keep going north. And it's looking pretty southern to me, like southeast, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia area. Mount Bethel Road. Snapping Shoals. And I'm thinking, okay, do I go east or do I go west? I end up going west because there's more cars there. I don't know, maybe there's more people there. Again, nothing on the bin. Okay, we're gonna fast move this because I would like to get some information. Doesn't look very promising. But you never know what's around the corner. I'm starting to think, do I want to turn around? Now I'm going south again. I have 1 minute and 20 seconds left, and I don't have anything yet. And I'm not liking that. Snapping shoals again. What's this? Is there anything? It just says no outlet. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe I should be going east then. Surely this direction will be better. So I'm going, and I have 50 seconds left. I don't know which state I'm in. "35 seconds left, and I still don't know." Kind of panicking at this point, and I'm thinking, okay, what do I have to work with? I have a road name, I have another road name, and I have GFL on a waste bin. And I'm thinking, GFL, is that anything? Then I get to this road with 15 seconds left, 13 seconds left. I have to click somewhere. And seeing GFL made me think that G could have stood for Georgia, but I'm not sure, so I hedge a little bit northern for some reason. And I find some signs and I can't use them anymore, but I was right about it being Georgia. I have the wrong side of Atlanta, and I'm looking at this like, oh, maybe I should have gone south. Pretty sure there would have been more information if I went south, but I didn't. And then I dropped quite a few points on this one, but it's not terrible. I got pretty close overall, and my final score is 24,252, which is not bad. I'm pretty happy with that, but I'm not happy with the last round. Map 2, Inca Empire, another map I've practiced quite a bit. And round 1, we're starting in Chile. I noticed from the car and just from the landscape. And I find this bigger road and I'm thinking, okay, don't panic. Just find information. I get turned around. I don't remember which way I was going. Looking for street signs. Finally, I found some street signs. I can't read them. Balmaceda and something Norte. Okay, I should be able to find that if I need it. I put a checkpoint there just to be sure. Try to find a city name maybe on this van. It's kind of blurry, and for some reason my internet is doing strange things during this round. I was worried it might just stop working. Luckily, it just kept working, so that was good, but it's loading a little bit slower than usual. So I have that in the back of my mind, and I'm thinking, oh, that's not good. And then I see this green sign. Alama Centro. I know that that's a town, and I think we're there, yes, because there's Avenue Balmaceda and Central Norte, which is what I found. That's the intersection where I put my checkpoint. And now I just have to figure out the 5K exactly. I go west, I go south, then I hit this, which is where my pin is, I think. So I click there, but it doesn't work, so I click there, which works a lot better. Going for the 0 meters again. Lining up with the buildings. Should be there. And it is 3 meters. That's a good start. Round 2. I see the taxi with the orange plate, and I'm worried because that means it's Ecuador, and Ecuador has shit cam, which is tough. I tried to get out of shit cam, and I thought I saw a sign, but apparently I imagined that. I go east and I try to find maybe a taxi to read, but during practice I realized that in shitcam the camera is also lower, so it's really hard to look at on top of the taxis to see the codes. I didn't learn all the codes, but I thought, well, I still would like to be able to see them just in case I know them. But it's hard. It's hard to see with this camera quality. I keep going and I'm just registering how sandy it is and palm trees, and it feels coastal for some reason. And then I see a green sign, and I like green signs. They usually have information on it, as does this one, and it says Guayaquil 132 kilometers away. That's this one. That's the big one. I know where that is. The other ones, however, I don't immediately recognize or see. Zooming out just in case some of them are huge, and there's one of them that's in that direction. Guayaquil Progreso is over there, so we're likely around here. I assume we're in this city on the yellow road. Because it looks like a yellow road, to me at least. There's a big intersection here. Doesn't really seem to work with this. And with like 35 seconds left, I go back to spawn, and I notice we're in a bit of a curve and the angle is weird. This angle is better, but it doesn't work because we were heading into town going east. and there's a bit of like empty space in front of me at spawn, so I'm thinking maybe that's a stadium or a park or something. I don't think it is because it says Nautilus, but I don't have the time to figure something out, and I think, okay, I'll just click on this curve maybe. I end up not clicking there, but it wasn't gonna help because we were not where I thought we were. We were in this town over here. That's unfortunate. I drop a few points here. And in hindsight, I don't know why I assumed it was that town. I think because of the signs, but it didn't necessarily have to be there. And then round 3, I'm thinking, oh, this looks like Bolivia, and that's confirmed by this sign. And it said Oruro on the sign as well, which is very lucky for me. And then the pinpointing starts. Okay, find the road direction, find a grid that works. This grid down here works. This could maybe work, but it looks wrong. I keep going north, and I keep hoping to find some street names, but yeah, that's not really likely to happen. And I decide, okay, maybe I should start going into a side road at one of these points. Wondering what's over there, and then I see this person. And I decide, okay, I'm just gonna head west and see where I end up. East, I mean. And then I see this like divided road with the pharmacy in the middle and some green. And I'm thinking, okay, that could be a park. This is green, but that road is not divided. That's a zoo. This is too big to be where I am right now. This angle doesn't work, but this angle works, but I'm not seeing the area where I am with the divided road and the pharmacy, and it just doesn't look like that. It looks like down here. The angle works. So I click there. And I try to narrow it down a little bit further, going east from spawn. And then I hit a soccer pitch. And I'm thinking, I just saw a soccer pitch somewhere, but I don't. That's a tennis club. These angles don't work. There's a stadium here, but it looks wrong. And I'm running out of time, and there's some green over there on the right angle, but I'm not convinced. Because there's not a divided road. That looks better, but the angle, everything feels wrong. But I'm out of time. And I really shouldn't have moved because I have my pin pretty close to the 5K probably. So that's where I ended up. That's the pharmacy. Apparently there was a whole green area over there, which I did not notice. I don't think I went the optimal direction in this round. Round 4. I see stripy poles. I see Peru type signs. So I'm thinking, okay, hilly Peru, let's do this. And I immediately find a sign with town names. None of them I recognize, which is not a good sign. I keep going south and there's another sign. This doesn't help. There's another one, which is blurred. Suyan. Okay. Never heard of that. It is to my west. I'll remember that. Suyan. Okay. Also doesn't help. Curvy roads. Doesn't look very promising to go that direction. So I head back to the start. Go north. Maybe there's another sign. this way, and it says Lima. Now that's one I've heard of. It's to the south. Now I know that doesn't necessarily mean we are north of Lima, but that's all I have to work with at this point. So I'm looking north of Lima, and for the last 2 minutes, I'm just trying to scan map for any of these names because I'm not good at Peru. I cannot tell how far north we are right now. So my best bet is just to scan. I'm pretty good at scanning usually when I have a lot of time, but under time pressure, I can miss things. So I'm kind of relying on my scanning at this point because I don't know which region of Peru we're in. Except Lima is probably to the south, but there's still a whole lot of Peru to the north of Lima. That's a bridge, Puente Santa Rosa. Doesn't look very promising either. Big hills. It's so rocky. It's almost like this area, but I mean, I clicked there. I don't really like it. I go back to my checkpoint at the sign and I'm thinking, ugh, I don't know what to do. 35 seconds. I should just click here and wow. As I'm looking this back, I'm seeing that I did in fact miss a few of the names because I just saw them. It also helped that I now know where the location is, but yeah, that's unfortunate. So I could have seen that. That's that's too bad. I do decide to click closer to north of Lima because I forgot that I moved my pin south. Then last second, I click pretty close. Well, not very close, but close enough. I mean, considering the size of Peru, I'm happy with this. And I'm looking like, I'm not sure I could have found that. The towns are tiny, even though I just a minute ago said, oh, I see the town. Um, yeah, I think that was findable, the label. I just didn't. But I got pretty lucky with this click. Round 5. 40 at a second is what I'm reading. And I'm thinking, okay, where are we? Mayo Roja. Avenue Ayacucho. Avenue Ayacucho. Ayacucho, isn't that in Peru, is what I'm thinking. I go down the avenue. Really intimidated by the big city pinpoint. So much information to look at and to accidentally miss. When I see Farmacia Cochabamba, and I decide, you know what, I'm just going to check Cochabamba for Avenue Ayacucho. Who knows? I try to line up, pick a grid that works, and yes, there's Avenue Ayacucho. And what was the side road again? I don't actually remember. Mayo Roja, okay. That's where I clicked, so I guess that's what the side road was. Yeah, it was. And there is Concordia the second. Yep, that works. The shape of the building works. And there's our 5K. That's good. I'm happy with that one. 3 meters. Not bad. And I end up getting 23,950 points total, which is a little bit lower than the last map, but still pretty good. It's beatable, but I feel good about the score. But it's not a 25K, so I can't be totally sure about doing well on that map in the competition. Then I head into the last map, which is AIW No Move. 2 minutes. Okay, we're starting off not in a great location. Sun looks to be north, south, so we would be northern hemisphere. I'm thinking, okay, I don't really know what to do with this. Is this South American? Is this Asian? I'm thinking Asian at this point. Something about the trees and that house, that roof. I'm leaning like Indonesia or Philippines. Maybe Malaysia. Those are the three countries going through my mind at this point. I really don't know. This is not something I'm good at. So I try to put a pin in the Philippines, considering Malaysia, considering Indonesia. Looking at the sun again, and I think, okay, surely we're in the northern hemisphere, so Philippines. Nope, it was Borneo. It was Indonesia. Not a great start, so I want to catch up. Next round, Japan. I see an area code 015, which would be Hokkaido. Try to see if there's anything more, but I'm not sure if there's anything more on there that I would be able to use. So I just click Hokkaido. I try to remember where exactly the 015 was. Somewhere around here. So I just click middle in the end, and it's pretty okay. It's a bit further south, but I'm happy with that one. Round 3, immediately recognizable as Bhutan, and I'm thinking, all right, we're not gonna miss this. Do I want to try to pinpoint? There's a valley. I mean, yeah. I just click on the road and just leave it. And 22 kilometers is not bad. Pretty good score. And I see red car on this location. And I'm thinking, okay, red car. Where do they have red car? Belgium? No. Sweden? No. Slovakia? Ooh, maybe. Ukraine? No. This font and everything, I'm thinking, well, this could be Slovakia. I don't think it's the capital, so I go on the suburbs of another city and I look at the architecture and decide that this works. Um, yeah, this happened. uh, yeah, this happened. I forgot Latvia had red car. I did not get coastal vibes at all, and I'm not feeling great about that one. And then the last round is Bali. The roofs are easy. Bali roofs, recognizable as such. So I click Bali and I click over there for some reason. And I decide, no, I just want to click a little bit more towards the middle. Yeah, I basically clicked the 5K at the start of the round. So in total, I got 19.7 thousand points, which is terrible, but it's also very beatable. So at this point, after playing, I don't know how I did. I do now. Um, I will put the scores of my opponent in the comments again, so you can check that out. And maybe I will see you for another video, and maybe I won't. So thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Goodbye.